Hello and welcome to GrocerPod. My name's Sean Kosednar. I have more Innovation Showcase content for you. This week, I have my conversation with ECRS. Before we get to that, I want to remind you to please subscribe to GrocerPod. Subscribing means new episodes will be downloaded for you each week. You can find GrocerPod on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, or any other platform you use to listen to podcasts. Now let's get right to my conversation from the floor at Innovation Showcase 2025. First up, I'm joined by Catoe and Brittany Benton from ECRS. How are you guys finding the show so far?
It's going well. It's been a busy night last night, and yeah, we're here today and working in the booth and having a good time.
Yeah, we're really excited. A lot of the retailers seem like they're intrigued with our new technology. So we've already had some really good engagement so far and good questions. So it's just nice to see that they're as excited about technology as we are.
Caroline, as the president of ECRS, why don't you just tell everyone listening what ECRS is?
So ECRS does point of sale technology as well as a lot of the other retail technology that you've got in the stores. We do our back office, we do supply chain, we do e-commerce, loyalty, scales, self-checkout, you name it. If it's technology and it's in your retail business, we are behind it.
Awesome. Brittany mentioned that people have been excited about some of the new technology that you guys have been debuting here at the showcase. What is some of that?
We have a lot out right now. Brittany, you want to take that question?
Yeah, so we've been really excited. Something that we've been debuting this year is cart check. So basically, it's just bottom of the basket detection, so that people can just make sure if they accidentally forgot their dog food is underneath the basket, the cashier is going to be notified of that. So that's been a big hit there. We've also got vision check, which isn't always seen in a grocery space, but sometimes it can be, especially if people have an extension of grocery and they do things like fuel or anything like that and want just a super quick kind of checkout, but it uses machine learning vision technology so that whenever they place items on the plate, it will just automatically see it and ring it up. And you just, we use Speed Tender. That's our patented feature where they don't have to press any kind of buttons to be like, I'm paying with a credit or debit card, etc. They just tap it and go. It's a really fast, seamless experience. And gotten to show off our food wrapper that's integrated with our deli scale, as well as Quick Check. We actually brought that, I believe, last year, but it's still a somewhat newer-ish product, and people have been really excited to see just a newer technology. It doesn't use cash recycling. It actually just goes back to tried and true technology. So there's just separate components for dispensing and accepting that cash. So we've got a bunch of other stuff, but that's some of our new highlights. And Cognition, that's our business intelligence tool that uses also artificial intelligence. So that's a somewhat newer product to ECRS, and our retailers have been really loving it. It's been getting a lot of traction, and we have a lot more to even talk about with our success stories now that's been out for a hot minute. So that's been pretty neat.
Artificial intelligence is obviously a big hot button issue all over the world, but definitely in the grocery industry. So talk to me about that Cognition and how retailers are using it.
So we're really focused on what we're calling practical AI. We're trying not to get so caught up in the where AI is going. And, what we're seeing a lot of right now is just vaporware out there. People claim it's AI, but you get into it and there's really not a lot going on. With our products, what we're trying to focus on is just things that make sense right now, where we're at with AI journeys. One of the big things we do with Cognition is Cognition can help you figure out what you need to order and put on your shelves. And we call that our demand fill system. And with our latest model, what we're able to do is bring weather forecasting into that inventory planning. So we're going to look at the AI is going to be looking at what's the weather this week, what's the weather next week, what was the weather like this time last year, and is there any significant weather things happening, such as a hurricane or a snowstorm? And then it's going to give you some inventory recommendations based on that. So if you've got a big snowstorm coming, you're in the middle of Minneapolis, it's going to tell you to order a lot more milk than normal. And then, if it's 4th of July weekend, you're going to get predictions based on holidays, things like that. But weather forecasting being just that practical piece that we can bring in and really fine tune what's going to be on your shelves for that week.
One more quick note too on just AI and just making it really practical so that it's not this big thing that's like, how am I going to use it? One of the best ways that our retailers have had success with just kind of turning it on is when it comes to personalized recommendations. So if they're going to check out at a cashier lane and they want to take a look at the digital coupons that are available, they can clip it right there on the spot with Connect and Save is our product that we use there. But using AI, and just learning your shopper history, it's going to recommend digital coupons for future use. So it's just going to help to build up that loyal shopper and just know that they're going to get that instant gratification of savings on the spot. And even beyond that, they're going to get coupons that they actually care about, they're going to use.
That sounds great. I think that weather feature could be really great because obviously, weather around holidays, every retailer can figure that out on their own. But, you get a hot spell, late winter, early spring, if you had a couple of weeks notice on that, then you might be able to stack up on like grilling items. People are excited to get back outside versus the grilling holidays that everybody knows. So I can see how that'd be very useful to retailers.
Yeah, buyers have a lot to do. And I think where we can just find ways to make buying a little bit easier by saying, hey, you might want to consider these factors is what we're around for and what we're trying to make everyone's lives just a little bit easier.
And I think if you could jump the gun on getting those things ordered, you might be able to get a little bit better deal because everybody, the suppliers know that everyone's going to be ordering hot dogs for 4th of July. But like, if you know that there's going to be a nice week of weather and people are going to be outside grilling, you might be able to get a better deal. You mentioned the wrapping in the deli. I know that deli's a big focus here at AWG this year, and so how is that helping retailers?
Yeah, we've got a really big focus right now on deli, prepared foods, and fresh inventory. We're seeing that that's a growing area of grocery business, and obviously the margins in that area of the business support that growth. So we're really trying to also find technology that can enable it. So with our prepared foods and our fresh, what we're really focused on is our auto scale technology, which is just our scales. What makes them unique and different is it's like a point of sale lane and there's no middleware. So what you set up on your back office is what is out there on the scales. You're not going to have price discrepancies. You're just going to have a little bit smoother of a time for consumers. So if you put roast beef on sale, that sale shows up automatically on that scale and there's no need to batch things down. The meat wrappers are latest 2.0 for that scale because we know a lot of people need that prep area and to be able to put meat out on the floor each day. So that's just kind of another way we're supporting that area of the business. And then we also do food costing and recipe management through our software called Reciprocity. So that also ties into that prepared foods area because if you're preparing chicken salad, you need to know how much it's going to cost you that week, whether you need to increase your price in order to keep that margin that you've got on that salad that sells quickly. So we're focused on the food costing part of it and then working to bring that information down to the scales and just create a more integrated experience in the deli area.
And I think that also with that too, just to kind of tie it all in and making sure that retailers feel like, they're making the most out of that part of the grocery is anytime that they can use a business intelligence tool and really be able to very easily see these recaps of what is moving the most, they can make better decisions in the future and just know that, hey, my chicken pot pie is just popping off. I'm going to make sure that we're prepared with that. And I can clearly see, where that movement is happening in my store. So, that's just another cool way to just kind of pull it all in and making sure that they're making the most out of that prepared foods.
Every time I talk to your company, the thing that I come away from it with is all of your services are geared towards making things easier for the retailer. Like, sure, your AI system is going to, allow them to make more money, sell more things. But I just see all of the time saving, and that time saving is money saving for them because every service that you offer like makes their job easier, and that's going to make them more money in the long run. And I think, for me at least, I think that would be the biggest selling point for your services.
Absolutely. Definitely the name of the game is just try to automate as much as you possibly can. And it's very clear to see in the long run how that really is going to save on that labor. We really want to reduce duplicate entry into multiple systems. You just use one. Hopefully it's Catoe, but you can also use, other partners if you want to utilize our integrations. That's fine too. But definitely we do our absolute best to empower that retailer to automate as much as possible and just make their lives easier to run a business. I feel like there's a lot of owners that wear multiple hats. So if they could wear multiple hats, but we can automate, the majority of what they have to do, it's just going to make it easier in the long run and be less of a headache. So, and we definitely want them to continue to serve their communities for years to come. So however we can help them, we just know it's just going to have a trickle effect, and it's going to really help everyone, especially the consumers and the shoppers.
Yeah, we know grocery operations are extremely hard. We like to say that we focus on the science of retail so that our grocers can focus on the art of it. So that's where we're kind of our niche. Yeah.
And so, Caroline, Brittany, before I let you go, what do retailers need to know if they're interested in any of these products or services?
So if anyone is interested, go to ECRS.com, or you can reach out to solutions@ECRS.com. Just send us over an email, and we'll definitely connect with you and look at, how you're running your current operations and see if we're a good fit. Feel pretty confident that we are, and we can just figure out how we can further streamline a lot of their operations. So solutions@ECRS.com, just send us an email, and we're happy to get in touch.
Awesome. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you to Caroline and Brittany, and thank you all for listening. Please remember to like and subscribe to Grocer Pod. That way you can stay up to date on all the latest things going on around AWG. And until next week, this has been Sean Kosednar with Grocer Pod.